Art, so beautiful. The Mona Lisa. It's the most perfect image I've ever seen in my life. No, that's a lie. So I was first introduced to art probably around grade 3 or 4. I remember seeing an image of the Mona Lisa and being told this was what great art was. And I didn't actually care. I'm not gonna lie, I really did not care about the Mona Lisa. So fast forward, how did I actually get into art? It was this asshole.
What are the things here that makes this human being to actually live here? These are the easy details. These are things like
Feng Zhu. I was in college studying architecture and I somehow saw this on Facebook and it ruined me. Well, it inspired me, but it really did ruin me in the end. I'll get to that later, but yeah, this is how I got into art. I watched this video by Feng Zhu, and it just appeared that he could paint like anything from imagination real fast, because he explicitly says that like he does these 4 paintings in 2 hours. That's 30 minutes of painting. And I had this idea that art takes such a long time. Painting the Mona Lisa, that'll probably take like a bazillion years. Okay, so moving on, how did I stay in art till today? So I have to say it's all about the people. Fast forward, I'm in architecture school. I get inspired by Feng Zhu and like, oh man, I kind of like art, but like, you know, I live in like this isolated city that's not necessarily an option, so I'll just do architecture. But then, you know, my parents are like, well, if you really like this art school, we can like help you out and like send you there. And I was like, okay, I want to go to Feng Zhu school, easy. Done. But the issue with that was that like some stuff came out and I was like, oh, maybe I don't want to go to Singapore for Feng Zhu school anymore. And I heard about Concept Design Academy in Los Angeles. And like, whoa, Los Angeles sounds really cool. That's like Hollywood and like, you know, America. And I thought that would be a great adventure and a nicer geographical move over. So I was like, yeah, okay, let's go to LA. So off I did, 2016, flew to LA, studied art for a year, and that's another huge point was that I thought you could learn art in 1 year. I think Feng Zhu in his videos, he kind of makes it sound like you go to his school for 1 year and you get your fundamentals and you can do anything. And in my mind, anything is literally anything. But I spent a year studying art in LA and, you know, a year is not enough to learn all of art. Big brain. I was small brain before, I didn't know that. After finishing my year in LA, I'm like, oh man, I still can't do all of the art. Why can't I do all of the art? I studied hard for like a year. Yeah. So I came back to Perth and some stuff happened. I ended up running an education company called Study West. And then I somehow made a career change again after education to programming. Anyway, and then I started traveling the world doing the digital nomad thing. I've got videos on this stuff too. And then I wanted to just go back to LA, check up with some friends, see how everyone is going. And everyone was going pretty well. And I was like, well, you know, when we were doing art, we were all really scared about the future, but I think everyone's future here turned out great. So, you know what? I wasn't gonna have the greatest relationship with art before because I was just doing it to get good. I just want to do art now to have fun. So I signed up for what I thought was the most useless of art courses, figure drawing. Yes, I have a lot of videos about figure drawing now because I genuinely really kind of like it. But back then I was just focused on architecture and environments and I didn't need figures, so it really to me seemed like a waste of time. Fast forward a few more months and suddenly all my friends are artists and like all I'm doing after work is art non-stop and I'm obsessed with this thing and it's suddenly like, oh well, maybe I don't want to do art just for fun anymore. Let's get serious. Let's get serious. That totally happened. And I was still working full time, but then, you know, when the weekend rolls on, it's like, it's time to really work. And I was going ham on art. And then there was a point where my company started threatening me with visa stuff. And I decided I didn't necessarily need to deal with that anymore. So it was like, okay, I'm gonna leave this company. And in leaving the company, I lose my visa, so I have to get out of LA. And then I get kicked out, and I'm back here in Perth, Western Australia. And yeah, here I am, unemployed, making YouTube videos, getting better at art, and applying for jobs. So yeah, that's pretty much my art journey. The summary is don't do art, not even once. No, I'm kidding. I know it does look bad on the surface, but it is nice to finally have my own discover art period. I feel like a lot of people have this in like high school or even primary school where they like, or even college, where they do art and it's like for themselves, and then they get technical skills, and then they go back to doing art for themselves, but then they have the technical skills to back it up, and I think that's really cool. I'm trying to get that period now. I get asked this quite a bit, so I hope that was helpful. And as always, I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world. Take care, enjoy your nights or whatever. Peace.